Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Volt TV Primetime Show. I'm your host, Nelson Mike Medal Morioki. Today's topic, again, I'm back with the second part of the Turkey scam jobs being exposed right here on Volt TV. I started telling this story yesterday, and like I made it very crystal clear that I've been working undercover on this story for the past 6 months. And I actually sent two people to Turkey to go and find how things are on the ground. Today, I have one victim. Her name is Louis. Louis is from Kenya. She will tell her story. She was promised to go or to get a job in Turkey as a nurse. And the rest, Louis, the floor is yours. We are here. We are listening. Introduce yourself. Where do you come from in Kenya?
My name is Lois. I come from Kenya, Kakamega.
Kakamega.
Yeah, western part,
Um,
Eastern province. Let me say that.
okay, Kakamega.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
my sister, before you left Kenya for
Yeah,
Turkey, what were you doing in Kenya?
I was doing government job with. I was currently employed with UHC,
Wow.
Universal Health. That was given out by the president. Then I had to resign and come to Turkey because I had been offered a very good job with good payment. So that's why I had to leave my Kenyan job.
So now, tell us, Luis. Here you are. You're in Kenya. You're working for a good company. Um,
Yeah,
and then a nice offer comes to go
yeah.
and work in Turkey. What were you promised?
I was promised that I'll have a job worth 150,000 Kenyan shillings. So that was triple my salary at the moment. So I saw this was a best offer. So I had just to resign and come to Turkey.
You resigned your job in
Yeah.
Kenya to go
Mhm.
and work for 150,000 Kenyan shillings, which you were promised by the agent.
Yes.
Now, I know the viewers are going to start. The first question they're going to start asking is, what's the name of the agent that approached you or you approached to go and get a job in Turkey?
The name of the agent that brought me to Turkey is Lydia Kagali, who says she's
Lydia.
untouchable by the Kenyan government. She's untouchable. She says she's untouchable by anyone in the government. So that's why she came to Turkey, and that's why she's bringing every girl and man to Turkey.
Lydia Kagali. And by the way,
Ye-
we're going to look into the videos in a minute. Okay.
Yes.
So the floor is yours. Here you are. You
Mhm.
promised this job. You're going to go and make 150,000 Kenyan shillings a month in Turkey.
Ye-
How much did you have to pay for the commission? Oh, actually, break it down for people who are watching this broadcast. Uh, how, how, how they charge you the fees and what's the breakdown?
So when I started paying Lydia Kagali, she said she has a better offer of me coming to Turkey. It will be possible for me to go to Canada. You understand? So when I came to Turkey, she said that I'll sit here for some time, then I'll go to Canada. You understand? So
Okay,
I
got
started
you.
paying Lydia like 3 years back while I was in Kenya. That is, I was paying it in installments.
Oh,
You understand?
installments.
Installments. So I used to pay her every like 3 months or 4 months, 50,000 Kenyan shillings until I got
That's
to
right.
400,000 Kenyan shillings. So
That's
when
right.
I got to 400,000 Kenyan shillings, that's when I had to come to Turkey because now she didn't have a way of me going to Canada. So the only solution or the only mind she was giving me was to come to Turkey. Then from Turkey, I will transit to Canada, which never happened.
When did you leave Kenya to fly to Turkey?
I left Kenya in August last year.
So August last year. Okay. You go to Turkey.
Yes.
She does all the paperwork. Now you've paid 400,000 Kenyan shillings. Now it's time for you to move to Turkey. You get to Turkey.
Yeah.
Tell us what happened.
So when I got to Turkey, she did my residence permit in the first 2 weeks, because if you arrive here, every agent is struggling to do for you your residence permit in the first 2 weeks, because if they don't do, you won't get it. So she did my residence permit. I had to stay in her house. So during this time, she used to say that you cannot get a job because you don't have a residence permit. So I had to relax and wait. Bearing in mind, we were going for these other jobs like factory job, nanny jobs, those dishwashing jobs. There's this kind of hizi kazi za mikono ndio unafanya before upate residence permit. So I had to go down for myself and say that now I need also money. I also need to send money home, and I have a daughter back home. So I started by going for laundry work the first day. I didn't manage to do the laundry work because we were standing like the whole day, the whole night. So this was the first job that I went with her personally for laundry work. She was doing in the same company. So if you go for work at 8 o'clock in the evening, you have to come out of the factory work at 8 a.m. in the morning. So I didn't manage that day, and I never went back to that factory. So the next day I was sick, so I couldn't go for another job for the next 1 week.
And you're staying at her house?
I was staying in her house because this is somebody who had promised me a job. When I arrive, I'll get that job and go for the job. So when I arrive, it's on the ground and not whatever you're speaking. Now
exactly.
you're changed again from me having the job to getting a residence permit. It's when I'll get a better job. You understand?
Gotcha.
Yes. So I said I'm not moving from her house until I get the job she promised. So gotcha. I waited for my residence permit for like 2 months. It's when the residence permit came. So when the residence permit came, I asked her, you say that when I get my residence permit, it's when I'll be in a position to get what? The nursing job.
A good job. The nursing job that you applied for.
Job. So I gave her the residence permit and told her, I need the job that you said I should come to Turkey and work, because you said the job is immediately. Like when I arrive, I get to the work. There's nothing like nursing job in Turkey.
Repeat. Can you please say that loud and clear?
There's nothing like nursing job in Turkey. In fact, I went to like 18 hospitals. No African is employed in Turkey hospitals. And they tell you on your face, we don't employ foreigners. You understand? And if you want to get employed, you have to go to class, get their Turkish language, go for 2 years training in their school so that you work for them, which is impossible.
Did Lydia tell you that before you left country? Did Lydia tell you that before you left Kenya?
Did I?
Did Lydia tell you that? Give you that information? Nothing.
She didn't tell me. She didn't tell me that I'm even supposed to learn the Turkish language, which of course I was weighing if I learn Turkish language after here, what next? I won't be employed to any, even if I go to USA, I won't be able to talk to anyone in Turkish. You understand? So I said I will not go to class. I will not go to school because I've already gone to school for my nursing, everything for my nursing. I'm a competent nurse. Yeah.
My sister.
Yes.
Continue, because I'm going to play the videos that you sent, and we're going to see who Lydia Kigali is, the one who's saying that she's untouchable, and she cannot be touched by the government, and she's actually very calm about it. As we continue, so here you are, you are now trapped in this mess.
Yes, I have done nanny work for the last for like 1 month, 6 weeks. Let me say, it was 6 weeks in somebody's house. It was not easy because I've never done such in my life. I have gone for that factory work. I've gone for factory work.
Yeah.
I've done. There's no money that you can send home with factory work.
Okay, now let's stick there at factory work. Let's stick. Yes, let's stick right there, Lois. Let's stick right there at factory work, factory jobs.
Okay. Yes.
Because remember, I did the show yesterday where I was showing people how they break down the numbers they promise you while you're in Kenya. They say if you work at the factory, you're gonna make up to 48,000 Kenya shillings. Actually, even sometimes they even tell you up to 75,000 Kenya shillings. How much are you making working at the factory? Tell the Kenyans right now.
At last year, it was only 4,000 Turkish lira. You can convert 4,000 Turkish lira into Kenyan shillings.
Tell them in shillings. I want you to tell them.
In Kenyan shillings, it's coming to 30,000. Sometimes it depends. When the dollar is high, it comes even to 28,000 Kenyan shillings.
Exactly. Now,
at this year, so that the so-called bosses in the factory say that they will increase the money to 5,500, which is almost like not even 45,000, 35,000 Turkish lira. What is that?
Give me a second, my sister. Lois, give me a second. Give me a second. Breaking news. I'm getting a phone call from Dubai. We have a sister. We have someone who's stuck at the airport. I got that message while we were actually doing this live stream. There's someone who's stuck there's a Kenyan who's stuck at Dubai airport and she's sick. They're calling me. Stay right there, Luis. You see what happens? This is Vote TV. While we are having this conversation, hello? Yeah, naambiwa ati kuna msichana ko Dubai airport amekwamia huko.
Nini?
Nimeambia kuna msichana amekwamia huko Dubai airport. Ni sister yake amenipigia simu ameniambia.
Amekwamia airport?
Yeah, ati ni mgonjwa.
Leo ama lini sasa?
Yeah, nimepigiwa simu leo asubuhi.
Wewe nani?
Okay, fanya hivi basi nitawapigia simu basi nikimaliza. Nimepigiwa simu ni story yake, wacha niangalie hapa. Nimeambiwa anaitwa ngoja kidogo. Margaret Mwakachaka. Nimeambiwa amekwamia Dubai airport, ati ni mgonjwa. Ni kweli ama si kweli?
Nimemwacha amerudi ofisini, alikuwa yuko ofisini.
Okay, sawa basi. Okay, Luis, we continue.
Yes.
So, working at the factory,
yes,
earning 28,000 Kenyan shillings, tell them what you have to pay. Tell them your expenses first while you're in Turkey.
Your expenses first. Getting a house in Turkey is so difficult. They don't give Africans houses.
Can you please repeat that again?
Getting houses in Turkey is so difficult. And Turkish people giving Africans houses is so difficult. You have to have big money.
Okay. Go ahead.
Sio kama Kenya venye unaweza enda upate nyumba kirahisi. It took me like, I got the first house that was in August, September, October, November, December. I got a house, my first house in February this year. So I just decided now to move from a house from August last year I got a house this February, this year, my first house. And it was not a house, it was an underground house. And I was sleeping down. Nilikuwa nalala chini
Where
na
were you?
mattress.
Na ulikuwa unaishi wapi between August na February?
Kwake bado kwa Lydia. Hapana, sasa from August nilikuwa nakaa kwa Lydia for the last 3 months in her house because I needed that job she had promised.
Was she charging you anything for staying in a house?
No, she told me that everything is inclusive in that 400,000 Kenyan shillings.
Okay. Continue.
Yes. So getting a house here is very difficult. And as a newcomer, when you come, you don't have money. So you just have to stay in your agent house. The only thing now these agents are doing is getting girls to go for nanny work so that they don't stay in their houses for long.
And how much? And they are making the same amount of 28,000, 25,000. And let me actually make it very crystal clear. I know factory, the factory workers who went there this year, March, April, and May, they were actually earning $200 a month. And there was some money which was being reduced, and yes, they were ending up with a net amount of 16 to 18,000 shillings.
Yes.
And you have paid over 300,000 commission to your agent in Kenya.
Yes. Any agent will take you for this job, will ask you for commission. You understand?
Yeah.
It's the agent who has brought you from Kenya to come and work here. But they will still want commission when they give you a job, even that factory work. You understand? Kwa pesa yenye unaenda kulipwa hiyo mwezi, atasema anataka 500, 1,000 tele.
Okay. We're going to go this step by step because now everything that I was saying or that I actually mentioned yesterday is actually being confirmed here.
Yes.
Whatever they pay you as your salary at the factory,
yes,
they still get their commission of between 500 to 1,000 Turkish lira.
Yes. Before you go for that job or after you've been paid, they will ask your boss to give back 1,000 or 500 tele.
That's right. Break it down. Continue, madam.
So, getting factory work is easy because everyone will be employed in the factories, and there are so many. There are so plenty. The only bad thing is men who are coming to Turkey find it more now difficult because they're the ones doing the hard jobs.
Yeah,
they're the ones doing the most donkey jobs with peanut payment.
Like I said, it's $200 they're getting now, and we even have have payment slabs and all that stuff. So I know.
Yes.
But continue, my sister. How do you survive with 28,000 Kenya shillings in Turkey?
It's hard. I used to pay for my daughter's school fees. It reached a point I told my mother to come in. I felt so sad at some point. You cannot pay school fees. What 10,000 Kenyan shillings? You cannot. You cannot support your mother. You cannot even pay now for the loan that you took to come here to Turkey.
That's right.
Everything became like, I cannot now do anything. I cannot. This factory job, this nanny job, this dishwashing job, they are not easy. Sometimes you go, you do the work. When the payment time is coming, you start now playing games of dogs and cat to be paid your money.
Go ahead, my sister. Go ahead.
So
go ahead.
I've been surviving on doing a job. You be paid daily, you go back home. You be paid daily, you go back home. That's how I've saved for my ticket for the last 6 months.
Took you 6 months to save for your ticket?
Yes.
Just to get out?
And I'm in abroad, my brother. I'm in abroad. I've saved for 6 months for my ticket. Bearing in mind, my agent, Lydia Kagali, has my 20,000 Kenyan shillings, which I paid her upfront to refund me back.
Lydia Kagali, you paid her 20,000 up front.
Yes.
Then there was the 400,000 that you paid her. It's 420.
Yes.
Here you are, you come to Turkey. There's no nursing job. There's no Canada.
Yes.
It's just pure frustration.
Nothing but frustrations.
Luis.
Excuse me.
The world is watching.
Yes. I want everyone to understand.
Tell us, this is your story. As we are having this conversation, there's someone in Kenya right now who's sitting in an office with an agent being promised heaven in Turkey. Just like you.
Yes.
Talk to us about the frustrations and some of the difficult moments you've had to go through in Turkey.
My difficult moments are when you come to Turkey. At now, the Turkish government is not releasing residence permits to anyone who is coming with tourist visa.
Can you please repeat that again?
The Turkish government is not offering residence permit to anyone who is coming with tourist visa. It's a 50-50 thing. If you come, if it's your luck, you get the residence permit. But at now, I have a Turkish agent who says there's no giving out of residence permit to people who are coming with tourist visa.
And my sister Luis, that information, the agents in Kenya and the agents in Turkey are not telling the victims about it.
Yes.
So you'll still pay the commission. You'll still pay you still pay the hosting fee. You'll still pay the money for the bus ticket and what they claim is the money to help you apply for the resident visa.
Yes.
They know that upfront, even before you leave Kenya.
They know.
Luis, people are taking loans. People are selling their businesses. People are selling pieces of land.
Yes.
Continue.
So all these jobs, anyone is being promised in Turkey. Let the government halt anyone coming to Turkey for jobs. There are no jobs enough in Turkey. No jobs are in Turkey. Let me just say the truth. And so many Kenyans are here who have no jobs, who are doing this
Have you ever
job, and they're not getting whatever they've come from Kenya.
Well, let's do this, Luis, as you continue to tell your story. Let's have a look at the person who is called Lydia.
Yes.
Your agent.
Yes.
You are able to confront Lydia. And I'm going to play the video right now so we can have a look at it together. Give me 1 second.
Yes.
So the viewers can hear what you told her and the viewers can see even how she reacted, okay?
Yes.
Here's clip number 1.
Given me a job. The nursing job you promised that you'll give me 150,000 Kenyan shillings, come to Turkey. You'll give me a job. Did you give me a job? You told me to come. In a week's time, I will be having my residence permit. You give me a job. You never gave me. That's why I sat in your house for the 3 months. Did I get the nursing job? Did I? In this your house. I respected you for the last 3 months that I was here.
Take anything you want.
I'm not taking anything, but I need a reward. That I need 10K, even 15K. Just give me 15K, back in a 5K. Nipatie to 15K, back in a 5K. Niende Kenya.
If I don't have, I don't.
You can't say you don't have
The
money.
other money I sent to your investor. Did you come here for it?
After how long? You are sending 5,000 after 3 months, 5,000 after 3 months. Was that the agreement?
Stay here. You want to sleep here. You want to go to police, do anything.
I'm not doing anything, but just give me my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. Just give me my money. I walk out, I book my next flight, I go home. Give me my money. That is only one thing I want. We have been exchanging on phone. We have done everything on phone. But I'm tired. I've just decided to come personally to ask you for my money. And that is what I want. Nothing more.
Get everything. Once you finish, you will have this. I'm very busy.
That is only what I want. 20K for 1 year, 6 months. Until now I'm going. You never provided me a job. You have never provided for me any job, any. You as an agent who brought me to Turkey.
You have never provided me any job. You as an agent that brought me to Turkey. You as an agent that I paid 420,000 Kenya shillings to come and work in this country.
Yes.
And yet she looks you in the face and she says, I'm untouchable. Even by
She's
the government.
untouchable. As you can see, even I'm talking to her. This is an elder woman who could have told me, okay, you've come for your money. You need to go back home. Take these 10,000 Kenyan shillings. When you get back home, I will see how I'll refund you this money. Despite that, I went to Lydia personally on November last month to just tell her that, I'm preparing to go back home. So would you give me my 20K so that I can put with the money that I have, I go back home. She told me, I'll send you your money on M-Pesa the next day. So the next day, she never sent the money. I kept quiet. So on the third day, I had to call her and tell her that, you're supposed to refund me the money I gave you. Do you know what this woman did? She gave me a Turkish man to talk on phone. So I never agreed with the Turkish man. So the next day I had to call her again and ask her, like, you said you're sending me money. What happened? She said she doesn't have any of my money. So I kept quiet. I never bothered her again, thinking that she will remind herself and send me the money. So I decided to go to her house this December on 7th to ask her for the money. Like, I went with respect. I respect this woman. So I told her I've come for my money and I want my money because I'm paying my rent. You see, I went to her last month. I've also gone to her this month. She's not looking for me. Any number that I call Lydia, she blocks me. She blocks my number. She blocks you.
Let me ask you a question. Nursing jobs. They are promising other interesting positions in Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And mentioning some astrological figures of how much you can make if you go to the country.
Mm-hmm.
Luis, I've told you that I've been working on this Turkey story since March this year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know of Kenyans who are engaged in prostitution in Turkey to survive?
Yes, there are Kenyans who are doing prostitution, but they can never say.
That's
They
right.
can never say.
That's right.
Some who can come out and say, okay, this is what I've been brought to do, you know. But most Kenyans, like when they've been brought with these agents, they like I've told you, Lydia is untouchable. So she also has some girls in her house who maybe some have not gotten their residence permit, some have applied for their residence permit and she has not even given them their papers in her house. Because now she says she's untouchable. The girls fear that if I say I don't have, they can't speak out. Let me say, Kenyans can't speak out. Maybe when they see this, they will speak out. I have
And
a WhatsApp group for Lydia. Just people whom are complaining that they want to be heard.
Vote TV is here. Give them my contact. I'm gonna break down this story in details. There's one, especially I'm very interested, and I'm gonna keep on because I know this. I know. Listen, Luis, I'm not giving the public everything at once because this is a mega story.
Yes.
We're gonna give them in bits as we continue to educate the people who are back home who might become a victim just like you and hundreds of others that I know.
Yes.
See where I'm coming from? So this segment is actually meant to provide information from the victims themselves, and then we can teach and warn others who are back home. Question. Are you going to leave Turkey with any savings in your pocket?
I don't have any savings. I have no savings. I don't have even $1 in my pocket. Sina dola hata moja yenye nakuja nayo nyumbani. Sina dola. Acha sasa nikwambie ukweli, sina dola yenye narudi nayo hata ati niambie madhe shikako dola ushike dola yenye nimeshika Turkey. Hakuna. And my mother knows. My mother is very much aware of all this. Sina pesa. Na nilimwambia mami usinitumie pesa, mimi mwenyewe venye nilijileta huku nitatafuta hiyo pesa nirudi. No savings. Hakuna savings.
Luis, you had to work for 6 months just to save for your ticket.
Yes. You know, this currency of this Turkish lira is very low. And you know, you have to be paid in Turkish lira. Unless ubatike upate mtu mwenye kulipa in dollars. Hakuna huko employer mwenye analipa mtu in euros. Hakuna.
Because, and by the way, can we also let's take this opportunity while we are doing this segment to inform you that, guys, Turkey is not in the EU. Turkey is not in the European Union. You know, I always tell people, you know what, do your research. Hey, guys, take your smartphones and check information online. Inform yourself about the country that you want to go to before you even step off feet. Move out there. People unfortunately don't do that, Luis. And like I'm looking at you. You're educated. You're a nurse. You have the qualifications. If you were in Kenya, would you be having this kind of nonsense right now?
I was even like, I regret so much coming to Turkey. But now I could be doing pretty well. You know, ningekuwa nafanya vizuri sana kuliko venye nimejiwaste the whole year I've been here in Turkey. I've wasted myself. I've wasted my money. I've wasted everything. So I
You
just
wasted your
have to
time. You've wasted your time.
start looking at other contacts who will give me jobs. I start again.
And start fresh.
Yes.
To other viewers, like I said,
Chenye tu nataka pia the Kenyan government, I want the Kenyan government to come into this. Let this woman be brought from Turkey to book in Kenya. Why is she saying she's untouchable? What is the embassy doing about Lydia Kagali?
do you have of course we have the Kenyan consulate or the Kenyan embassy in Istanbul.
Yes.
Do they know about her? Is she connected to that? Are they connected?
I guess maybe she's connected. Because when somebody
And-
says she's untouchable, she knows her mind well. When somebody says, hata kwa videos umesikia, chukua chenye unataka.
The next thing I want to say is this.
Mm.
The next thing I want to say is this, because I'm gonna start in the upcoming episodes. I'm gonna start bringing the names to the book, the main players in Turkey, people like Lydia. Is it Kigali or Kagali?
Kagali.
Yeah, you have the major players like Lydia Kagali. You have another name that I know for 100% sure, Bridget Acheng. 100% sure I know. I know what's going on. I know people like Evans. Evans, you and your wife. I mentioned you yesterday. I got some more toast and butter coming your way, because again, people are being told kwanza kuna kazi. Wacha nikwambie. Wasichana wanaambiwa mnapelekwa kazi za massage parlor, mtakuwa mnalipwa 120,000. Na nitasema vile nilisema jana. They know hakuna massage parlor ziko hapo. They're taking you to brothels. I know the brothels you're working in. I know their locations. Na kazi yenyu ni moja tu na ni moja tu. Because I want to excuse my French today, because I have a lady here. I will not use harsh words, but I will say, kazi yenyu ni kulamba matako. And that's actually the censored version. It's the truth. And Luis, these agencies, ama agents wanajua hivyo. Hata by the time msichana ametoka nyumbani ama mtu ametoka nyumbani, they know everything. Luis, am I wrong when I say that everyone, hao ambao watu wamerudi nyumbani, they've all gone back with nothing? Will I be wrong saying that?
Won't be wrong. Before somebody goes home, you have to calculate.
Yes.
I need this flight.
Yes.
I need to buy this and this and that.
Yes.
It's not like you'll wake up today, like if I could be in Australia or the US, I'll just be like, tomorrow I'm going home. You understand?
That's right.
And I go home. I mean, the next flight
That's
I
right.
go. Turkey is not
That's
like
right.
that. Turkey is not like that.
Took you 6 months. Because on the other hand, because you have a roof to pay, you have that space. You have to pay for that space. You have to eat
for the room. I have to pay for electricity, for gas. I have to pay for
utilities.
Water. And the bills are not like like Kenyan bills. Yesterday
unaweza fanya tu hesabu ya haraka haraka. Okay, let's run the numbers, okay? Let's run the numbers. Again, we're here to educate.
Yes.
Okay, umelipa mshahara yako kwa pale kwa factory ya Makonasi job, umelipa, let's say, okay, let's make it 30,000 flat. Okay?
Yes.
Break it down now, how much you're paying, your expenses.
Like if I've been paid 30,000, house is like 5,000 Kenyan shillings. And it's not a house, it's a room.
Yeah.
A room is 5,000 Kenyan shillings.
Endelea.
To add on that, you have to pay bills, which comes to like, let me say 500, not 500 Kenyan shillings. It's like even 4,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah. Break it down in shillings ndio watu waelewe vizuri. Okay?
Yes.
Endelea.
You've not put food, you've not put money on your bus card. You've not sent money home. It's already done.
So would I actually be wrong if I say, and actually I said this yesterday and I mentioned this, would I be wrong saying a Kadama who's working in Saudi Arabia earning 27,000 Kenya shillings has actually a bigger advantage than people who are in Turkey?
Yes, by far.
Alipi rent, Alipi utilities, right?
Yes, by far.
Alipi bus card, Alipi train ticket.
Wako sawa hao kuliko huko.
Good. I just wanted to have someone who's going to confirm that statement.
Here you have to sweat and get money to move you from point A to point B. No one will give you money. No one. Even food, no one will give you free food. There's no free food. You have to work to eat.
Ongea na you're from Kakamega. Ongea na your people back home.
You know,
wanapanga kuja Turkey.
I'm talking to anyone in Kakamega or Turkey or wapi. Naona saizi wakale wengi wanaletwa Turkey. Wakale wengi wanaletwa hapa Turkey. Yes. Wanadanganywa. Wawache kudanganywa. Hakuna pesa Turkey. Heri mwende nchi zingine ama mkae na pesa zenyu mfanye biashara. Hakuna chochote Turkey. Na mnadanganywa kabisa. Chochote chenye mnakuja kufanya hapa hakuna. Kuna watu hata wameletwa like 2 weeks ama 3 weeks from now. They're planning to go back home by the same Lydia Kagali.
You mean they came to you mean they came 3 weeks ago and now they're planning to go back home?
Yes.
Sabu, they found it's different on the ground. Mambo ni different kwa ground.
Yes. And to add on that, the same time I came, Lydia brought a fellow nurse with a child. So my friend is called Ashley, and she really wants to go back home with the child. So my brother, this thing is more serious than how you can think. She has a 7-year-old daughter. You understand?
I understand.
There's no school, there's no better school here in Turkey that you can come with your children and take them to school.
So how has she been surviving?
She's surviving by doing the same factory work, nanny work. She's frustrated.
That's right.
No.
And she left a nursing job in Kenya.
Yes. She was working in Coptic.
Where?
In Coptic Hospital in Nairobi.
Lydia promised her the 150,000
job. She came almost came. Yes. And she has a baby. So she really wants to go back home, but she can't. I'm speaking for the few people I know. There are people who are saying even if Lydia is brought to book, they will come and testify whatever she has done to them. So
How
if
does
there is-
how does she manage? How does she manage to? How does she manage to run this scheme? She says she's
So-
untouchable,
Mhm.
even by the government.
Yes.
I think there's something deeper, more than this, that has to be looked into.
I heard she came into hiding here in Turkey, and she was the first African who came here in Turkey. So she's the first agent who has been bringing Africans to Turkey, Kenyans to Turkey specifically.
And it's the same script. You're gonna come here, work as a nurse. You're gonna come and get a job, another high, whatever paying job, and then you get there, and it's the same BS. Factory jobs,
Yes.
dishwashing jobs, ironing jobs, all that nonsense. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Yes, you'll be promised heaven when you come. It's when ukifika kwa ground utajua venye vitu ziko. Lakini kwa simu Lydia atakupromise heaven and you will believe it.
Jesus. Tufanye hivi, Luis. I really do appreciate you finding time and coming here on Vote TV and telling this story. As you plan to go back to Kenya, safari yako najua imeiva.
I thank God.
Ongea na Ashley. I would like to actually host you and Ashley together because you come back. You have the same profession. You speaking from a nurse perspective and her speaking from a nurse perspective. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. That was the second segment of these scam jobs in Turkey. Today, my guest Luisa was here. More is coming up. More people keep on coming here and telling their story. Luis, God bless you. Mungu akubariki sana.
Thank
We'll
you
stay
for
in touch.
hosting. Thank you
To all
so
the
much.
viewers, thank you very much. All the best and have a good day.
Thank you, you too.